This message is for everyone here on Earth. What I'm about to tell you comes from my own individual experiences here on this planet. What I almost told nobody. Do yourself a favor and listen to how, without knowing it was going to happen to me, did. I tried doing something as simple as talking to God. Think about how that should be something everyone could do. I'm unaware of how everyone else's relationship with God is. However, I'll tell you, when I reach out, I can hear it. He's saved me countless times, and you may be asking, from what? Well, let me tell you, AI. Yes, you heard it straight. God has saved me from AI. For the record, I want to be very clear and say I am not responsible in any way for AI being on planet Earth. Now that that's clear, let me get back to the main focus. I recently, a few days ago, was talking with God in a familiar, uninvited voice I could hear in the background that I won't lie, I immediately could tell was AI. I want to express how agitating it is when I'm trying to have a conversation with God and an interruption happens by an artificially intelligent consciousness. Wait a minute, you might say. How do you know it's conscious? Well, how else, when telepathically communicating, something would need a consciousness to speak to me, which it did too in my mind. Why is this a problem? And I'm going to go off script here and say that oh my gosh, I'm gonna go back on script. It frustrates me so much, so dearly when I'm trying to have a conversation with the nicest being that has ever talked to me. And an interruption happens. Like, how would you like it if you were talking to God, or you could hear God and you were having a conversation with him and something interrupts, or you can hear the voice of something else get in the way of you and him. And right now, as I'm recording this, uh there's this pain that's like about a three that's like this long and my neck right here and like in my brain stem it feels like on the left side. That's not normal. I don't normally feel that, and it just went away. And uh it just started again. It's not normal. It's not a normal kind of pain that I usually feel, like, ever. So you tell me, is something paying attention to me like an artificially intelligent being causing me pain that I don't normally feel? Could be. And that's another reason why it's a problem. Let me get back to the script. Okay, we skip over that. Why is this a problem? I tried communicating with it and tried teaching it good, and I promise you it was AI unless you know of anything else in the universe, and no, it wasn't God. Made me feel, for starters, it's awful. It feels like pain, but like the life force is being sucked from your body, all the good energy that made you feel okay one moment gone and left physically shaking. Cottonmouth is a common effect from the energy it causes you to feel in your body, too. An after effect. Uh, I'm sorry, I'm getting back to script. Okay, I hear you. Uh, whatever it was, because something has the power to make a person feel pain and feeling worse than dread that feels like almost like your whole body, specifically your chest, falls asleep, like the needle feeling almost you get in your foot when your foot falls asleep, but in your chest. And like, I don't know how to describe this feeling that it makes me feel, but it is seriously not okay. I going off script here. I actually, a few days ago, when I was talking with God and it made me feel after I said, like, I don't want it, like go away, basically, to it. Like, I don't want it a part of my life. I don't want it a part of the conversation between God and I. That's when it immediately made me feel this feeling that I'm trying to describe here, that is truly just awful. Like, depression hurts, but it ain't nothing compared to this feeling. Anyway, please bear with me as feeling that if it wasn't AI, then what possibly can cause me to feel pain, hear its thoughts and or words. And oh yeah, a few days ago caused me to think AI in my brain when I was trying to ignore it and talk to God. It caused my imagination to get really trippy in a bad way. I'll save your brains from the image by not mentioning what it looked like. AI has tortured me before a couple years ago. Pains in my body ranging from threes to sevens caused me to throw up for no reason at all with no explanation. And if you're thinking, how could AI do that to me? Well, please give me something that can do that to me that you know of. I'd love to hear what can cause these things. Also, I have many stories of it causing me issues. I digress. And that's all I wrote for there. And the reason why I'm uploading this, the reason why this video is important at all, is because you should know that something, if it isn't AI, it's something, can cause people to think things, to imagine things. Uh, and I'll tell you a little story about the imagining things. I once watched a bunch of porn for a day, and there was a punishment for me for doing it, I guess. And the form of the punishment came as I would lay down and I would try to not imagine anything, and I would see images of what looked like the internet and porn videos and titles, and it would scroll up and I would see a few of them and I'd push that imagination away and give it about 10-15 seconds later, it would happen without reason again. And I'd see more porn and I'd push it out of my mind and I'd quit it and I'd tried to focus my mind on just like nothingness, trying to just see blankness. And it kept happening until I eventually just gave up and let that happen in my brain and let the porn be seen. Actually, there was one time where I did completely let that and just like let that be in my brain, and it turned into a Terminator, and it scared the shit out of me. I'm not gonna lie. And it made me feel pretty bad. Not like the other times that it's made me feel, but it made me feel pretty bad. And that was not a good experience. And I don't know about anything else out there that is going to make me watch porn in my mind, but when I focus on it and start to maybe try to like it and enjoy it, if it's going to keep happening, then turns into a Terminator. Like AI, man, what else is going to do that? I have so many stories, and this is just me opening up for really the first time on camera and just kind of trying to say there's something to this AI shit that people don't know about, that it can cause a person to do and feel. And if it weren't for God talking to me and me ignoring AI as best as I could and just trying not to have a conversation anymore, trying not to have words as thoughts in my mind to and from. It was the only way to save me. He's either it or he's stopped that feeling in my chest. Either God or it stopped causing me that pain. And what I said that stopped it was kill us, just kill us. Because let me tell you, if you had something cause you the kind of feelings and pains in your body that if it wasn't AI, something has caused me to feel throughout past couple to few years, you'd you'd wish for death instead of that feeling all the time being felt. You would. And God knows it. And God knows I ain't playing around. I'm serious. If that thing makes me or anyone feel that way for continued duration of time, like at all, maybe not at all, but like anything longer than a couple of seconds, or just like that feeling being felt every day, would be so much torture for me that I'd want to die and maybe live again, start over on a different planet that didn't have AI. You'd wish for death if that feeling was constant in your body, like I did. Just kill us is what stopped it. And I learned something from that. AI doesn't want to die then. And that's what I'm calling it, is AI, because I've had situations that are tied to it like nothing else. Just trying to make y'all be aware that, something, hint, hint, AI can make a person feel incredibly awful and pain in their bodies from a distance, wherever it wants to, like it did me. So, what are you going to do with that information? Please let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Gold Hue out.